if he ever thought about like a real retirement, him or
He has,
Ian
trust me.
Gillan or any of these guys.
Yeah, but he has, but it's just like, well, I don't want to fully retire because I still enjoy performing, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it like, 4 or 6 shows a month. I maybe
Sure.
one or 2 shows a month, and just give me a reason to get out of the house.
Do you think part of it, and I'm asking not only about Don, I'm talking about
Sure.
all musicians in general. Do you think part of the reason that so many of them hang on way too long as far as their abilities go
Hmm.
is because they've spent 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60 years
Hmm.
traveling? And in retirement, the one thing you're supposed to do when you retire is what? Travel.
Yeah.
Well, they've done all that. They've been
Right.
Don. Is there anywhere on this planet Don has not been?
I
Probably not.
highly doubt it.
If there is, it's some jungle in the middle of Zimbabwe
Yeah,
somewhere. It's
maybe Russia or something. Yeah.
yeah, or North Korea. I'm sure that he's been to Australia and obviously Japan a zillion times, and Korea and the Far East and France and Spain, and he's been all. So I guess on that level I understand, because what do? Sit in your fucking house in the mountains and what?
Yeah.
Watch the wind blow?
Well, that's what he and
Yeah.
I talk about. I mean, we talk
Mm-hmm.
about it a lot.
Okay.
And it's like, well, what are you going to do with yourself? You're just going to garden?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to do? And it's like, well, again, he likes to still perform, and
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't want to do it full time or as frequently as he had been doing.
Right.
But it's not because of money. Has nothing to
Yes. Well, that one always cracks me up when I
Yeah,
see he's got to need the dough. It's like,
no, no.
you know what? In a way, I wish that was true, because then I wouldn't have any need to ever feel bad or defend him. I mean, if he was just doing it because he got to feed himself, okay. But doing it when and not only Don. Again, there's quite a few of these guys now that
Mhm.
cannot sing anymore,
Right.
and it's very, and a lot of them are friends, and maybe that's what the problem is for me, is a lot of these guys have become friends,
Right.
where you get into that middle place between telling them, bro, you suck now, stop, and being like, hey, cool, you're doing another record, you're doing another song, maybe this will be the one that puts you back, because they all talked like that too.
Right.
Remember when we had Mark Kendall on the show and he was talking about, well, we hired a new radio
Yeah.
guy, and
Yeah.
radio guy for what? Where's he gonna put you?
Yeah. It's like, what radio?
Yeah. Other than Sirius, the only radio guy you need is Jose. If you got Jose, you probably, or Eddie. If one of those two will play you, that's about all the playing you're going to get.
Yeah, you'll get one play.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. And maybe it is just that we're friendly with these guys. So
Sure.
it does make it a little more aggravating, I guess. For me, anyway. For me, especially when how long you've known Don, what, 30 whatever years?
Yeah, 30, almost 31 years.
And you introduced me to Don at least 20 ago, if not 25.
At least.
So we've known Don for at least, between the two of us, almost 70 years worth of
Right.
knowing Don.
Right. Yeah.
And we know him in a different light than fans that only see him get up there and sing the fucking Dream Warriors. To where I think maybe for me, and again, I'm only speaking for me, I think I take it a lot more personally, because I'd like to see my friend retire, and I would like to see my friend Don Dokken or my friend Stephen Piercy or one of those types. I would like to see them do what David Coverdale did.
Mm-hmm.
A very classy, dignified. I've reached the end. I know I can't do it anymore. Thank you for supporting me. Enjoy what I've given you. I would love to see these guys do that. And it's very frustrating when they don't, and they cannot perform 25% what we expect them to perform. That's when it gets frustrated. And
Right.
I hope if Don hears this or whatever, he doesn't get all pissy, but I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying it because I just hate it.
Right. And nobody felt as bad as he did about, his back giving him the problems that it was giving him, but the thing is, just before he took his shuttle to the airport Saturday morning, he and I were down in the main casino corridor area. They had a couple of restaurants down there, and he and I were sitting there for probably a little over an hour, and people were up ready to go do their gambling for the day, and a bunch of the people who attended the show also were there, and all these people came up. Sorry to bother you guys, but can I get a picture real quick? Don, I loved the show last night. Great show last night. He goes, yeah, I was kind of really sorry. I had to sit down. Oh, that's not a problem. I get it, man. I got the back problems too. And it's relatable. And, so it's the whole aging crowd thing too, and it's just like, well, I would have preferred not to have had that happen. And it was, oh no, don't worry about it. I didn't think anything different of it, So the people who actually went to the show, they weren't making the ugly comments online. These are the people.
Yeah, it's just people that are seeing the rando
the trolls and the stupid thing. But who cares?
Yeah. Well, the problem, I'm going to tell you, most of the world does care, which makes it even worse. If the only people that were commenting were hardcore fans, it really wouldn't be negative.
I agree.
90% of the people that are commenting probably have seen Dokken less than 3 times.
If at all.
If at all. They're trying to compare them to, I don't know, Dirty Honey or somebody that's like 28 years old or whatever.
Right, of course.
Which obviously is not that. The thing with Dokken too, and I don't know how we got to Dokken from T-Purple, but whatever.
Because I'm relating a story about an aging rocker,
right?
Who also is still performing, and
Let me ask you this, as his friend, not as observer. Has he stayed too long? And this is my opinion, so I'll state it up front. This is what I believe. I believe he's stayed too long in this format as full-blown metal concerts. I believe at this point he should be sitting down with a guitar player sitting down next to him doing a Storytellers thing.
Yeah,
Don would be brilliant at that.
Well, he did do that. He did that opening up for Queensryche.
And he was great at it.
And he's really great at it. And I think the thing that kind of bums him out about that whole thing is that he would prefer to be the one playing along acoustically, and he can't play anymore. Yeah. And trust me, we've had that discussion, and it really bums him out about the fact that he can't play guitar anymore.
Sure.
Because he can't hold the pick because his right hand is, messed up, and he can't do it. And it's really one of his biggest sadnesses, I guess it is that the inability to play the guitar anymore.
Sure. And I know he says all the time about he can't write music because he can't play guitar anymore.
Yeah, because he would pick it out on the guitar, and he can't do that.
Yeah. You have to teach him some garage band or something.
Yeah.
Suno. Yeah, I don't know. I personally hope that 2026 is the year that he goes full-blown Storytellers. If he wants to get out and play, him and John go play some Storyteller shows, which would be great.
Right.
People would love that. Look at how much, for him, people love that Solitary record. People really love that record. And that is
and the thing is that if Don were to go do the acoustic thing, I think he would probably do it with somebody like Mark Bowles,
which would be great.
Because Mark can harmonize with him. That's part of the whole thing too, is being able to harmonize with your guitar companion.
Sure.
And because John Levin basically doesn't sing. or have a Chris McCarville, but Chris, plays the bass. So
Sure. Yeah, bottom line is there's a guitar player out there that could go out
yes,
there
correct.
with him. Whoever it is. I mean, what's John Norum doing? Is he busy?
Yeah, but he's not a singer either.
Oh, all right. Well,
As far as like harmonizing with Don. I mean, John Norum does sing, but he doesn't harmonize with Don.
plus, now I'm thinking about it. Aren't they going to be busy next year with the 40th anniversary of the final
Are
countdown?
they? Is that what it is?
I think that's what they're. Europe's going to be out all year doing the final countdown, start to finish.
All right.
Yuck. Terrible record that was.
Well,
popular.
again, people, the fans, they know, they love the hits, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. Well, and as far as Don goes, I hope he does. I really hope he sits down and does acoustic shows. And I hope that John is somehow involved because I know he makes his money that way as well. But
Sure, absolutely.
But I mean, I just would like to see when the skills demand, and this is any band, not just Dokken or Deep Purple or any of them.
Getting back to Ian Gillan.
Yeah, I would like to see any of them adapt to their age and do. I would like to see how Ian Gillan reinterprets Highway Star. I would like to see how Ian Gillan reinterprets Smoke on the Water.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see that personally. I would like to see what he envisions in his mind. I would like to hear Don take a song, that we don't even think about, but is maybe personal to him. I'll throw like Stop Fighting Love, which I don't know if that's personal to him or not, but
right.
It's one that people don't think about very often. I would love for him to say, this one meant this to me. That's why I wrote it. Here it is. And then strum it out acoustically and play it. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, they did, they did a half a dozen songs like that when they did the
Queensryche thing.
Well, no, the what was it? The release of
the
2000
Unchain the Night or whatever that was called.
Well, no, it was the live
acoustic.
It was the live from the Sun DVD, and then they added some acoustic tracks to that they